determined to understand how media impacts behavior and drives businesses. So after finishing my semester abroad, I enrolled in the media rhetoric and communications pathway. But after abroad, my life totally changed forever with social media. I also had the opportunity to travel through Europe with my friends. We visited so many places. We went to London, Amsterdam, Barcelona, France, Greece, Germany, and other places in Italy too, like Venice, Rome, Cinque Terre, and Positano, which I had to go back to twice because I loved it so much.
So, did you speak Italian when you were there?
Yes, we did. We took Intro to Italian, and my friend and I were so obsessed with learning it, we would speak it in all the restaurants and to people on the street. So we kind of got good at it. We could make our way around a little bit.
And how about the dudes? Apparently, there's a lot of really nice-looking Italian men around. Was there a lot of eye candy that year?
Yeah, Italian men weren't bad to look at for sure.
But you didn't leave your heart in Italy, right? You came back and dabbled.
Yeah, a piece of it's still there, but that's okay.
You'll have to go back. You'll have to go back. Yeah. Of all the places to choose on the abroad list, which there are many, I can't. That's just to have that experience in Italy is just phenomenal. Yeah. So incredible. And the social media experience. So what do you think? If that's what you want to do next, right? Like, what's your career? What do you have your career sights set on?
So I think hopefully a full-time job in New York City, of course, in digital and social media marketing is definitely my goal and what I want to do. And fingers crossed, I'm applying to NYU for the integrated marketing program. So I'm putting together my application for that now and doing a lot of networking. So hopefully this all pans out for me after coronavirus, obviously, but we'll see. That's my plan.
NYU, I'm so excited. Every listeners, I teach in NYU, so it would be awesome to have Alexandra in my classroom. Oh, it would be a treat. Well, good luck with that application. I'm sure you'll have no problem with all these amazing experiences that you have. So it's probably going to happen. So get ready. New York, I should say, New York, get ready for Alexandra.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I am super impressed by all of these leadership gigs that you had while you were at Con. And, it takes a special kind of person to really be selected for that. So talk about that. Let's hear about that amazing win where you have the leadership gig for your department for human development.
Yeah, so my tennis coach nominated me for this emerging leaders position, which led me to participate in the inaugural conference where I was able to really develop my leadership skills for positive social change in the Con community. So for the leadership gig in the Human Development Department, I was, again, asked to take the position by one of the co-chairs on the Human Development Executive Board. I think word got around that my interest in social media and the work I did in Florence in the social media class where I collaborated with business stakeholders. So I was really lucky to have the opportunities to be selected for these positions, and they were really life-changing for me at Con.
Okay, so you have no idea how amazing you are. Really. You are a super humble girl. Yeah, and I mean, not everyone gets selected for these types of roles. And I'm just curious, when you say positive change on the campus, what was that? Like, what kind of things did you guys work on? Kind of ideas?
Yeah, so I was selected as a freshman, so I think they wanted freshman input on things that either were going wrong or that they could improve upon, or just anything that you could take the college voice and express it to this group. I think they really wanted someone who they thought could be a voice for the other college students and voice their opinions about things that the college could be doing better, whether it's academic-wise or athletic-wise.
And do you remember anything that came out, like, loud and clear?
Yeah, a lot of them had to do with athletics and just having some more like school spirit at the matches and having more people come to games and stuff. That was a big one that came up.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, you work so hard to get on the field and then nobody's there.
Exactly.
So, I
right.
mean,
it's always nice to have a crowd cheering you on. So.
Especially, well, with tennis, are you doing anything more with your tennis? Like, are you going to play in the Open or anything like that?
I wish, but no, I'm just playing a little bit with my dad for now. We'll see. Maybe I'll join a league when I'm older.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's
still
great.
Love the competition. Right.
It's a fun game. It's super fun.
It is.
I mean, and it's strategic, right? I mean, you think like, I remember when I was younger, you just hit the ball, but it's like it's a tough game mentally because you always have to be one step ahead of the other guy.
Yeah, there's so much strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, like how do you think that helped you in your studies?
I think maybe a little bit now that I think about it, because I really had to think a lot before I went into my matches about like a certain person's playing style and how you can adapt your game to different playing styles. So I think it taught me a lot about adapting to different and difficult situations. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, so you had to, were you able to study? So how did you do that? Did you have to study film of other teams? Like, were you able to do that ahead of time? Or did you guys, like, how did you find out intel on these people?
Kind of through word of mouth, since NESCAC is a small schools, obviously. People knew people who they used to play with back home, and they kind of knew their playing style, or from older students who have played them in the past years. But other than that, we didn't have any film that we could watch, so we either kind of had to figure it out right in warm-up, like 5 minutes before the match, or if you were lucky enough to have found out information from a teammate.
So, once again, it's all about the networking. It all comes down to that. Oh, my God.
Networking.
Okay, so we're getting ready to wrap up, but I have to ask, what piece of advice that you learned at Con would you pass on to your younger sisters who are rising in the ranks?
I would say there's so many opportunities and resources available to you, and you just have to take advantage of the opportunities presented. Put yourself out there. And there's a quote that you said, actually, that you sent in one of the boot camps. It goes, I mean, how do you expect anything to happen if you don't put it out there? So I wish I had practiced this more throughout my time at Con, not just at the end. So I think don't let fear get in your way and just really put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to fail. Take advantage of the numerous support systems available to you. Failure is obviously essential to success, and so much learning comes from failure. And last but not least, you have to believe in yourself so others believe in you.
Yes, girl. You take that advice for yourself. You hear me?
Yes, exactly. I will.
So thank you for sharing that. I feel like you're doing all these things right now. So it's awesome that you're feeling that power, because you do have so much to offer, and you really did take advantage of so many things at Con. And you mentioned the Supergirls boot camp. So I'm curious, how did you find out about it, and then what did you think of it?
So I found out about it from a newsletter that was sent out to me from Con, and it looked super fun and exciting, and I checked out the website, and I was like, I have to do this. It really, really fired me up and got me moving. I'm networking and absolutely loving meeting people and talking to people, something that I was really afraid to do before attending your boot camp. Again, going back to that quote you said has really inspired me. Each time I've reached out to people networking, I've gotten a lot in return, and I feel like I'm definitely on the right path. I remember getting off the phone each night, super excited to share with my friends and family all the enthusiasm that you imparted, and all the ideas really got my juices flowing. So I think I have a better grasp on how to personally brand myself now and how important networking is. So thank you so much for all of this information and your support that you've given through this boot camp.
Well, thank you for all of your support and all the help you've given us. I mean, it's tremendous, and you've been like a huge fan, and we need fans like you. Thank you, and you're going to succeed. Yeah, you're going to be like a huge success story. So, thank you so much for being on the show. One last question: what's the best way for our listeners to get in touch if they want to find out more juicy info about Alexandra the Great?
Yeah, so you can reach me at my email, which is awaldma1@concall.edu, or on my LinkedIn, which is just Alexandra Waldman.
All right, guys. I think you should take a tip from Alexandra and put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to fail. Believe in yourself. I love all these things. I love that she's taking them to heart and she's running with them and she's going to do amazing things. Thanks for tuning in to the Hero Whispers. Get out there and slay dragons.